From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather, live at 5.
Yesterday at this time, we had abundant sunshine across the Tennessee Valley to end our Monday. Today, Tuesday, not the same. Here's a live look at the Arctic Air Skycam network starting in Lawrenceburg, and we are pretty much overcast this afternoon. Despite that, temperatures are warm up into the upper 60s and even lower 70s in spots across the area. Currently in Lawrenceburg, 68 degrees. Notice the dew points come way up as well to 61 with the southerly winds today bringing Gulf of Mexico moisture into the area, making it moist and a little unstable for tomorrow with the chance of some thunderstorms on the board. Here's a look at Florence from the University of North Alabama. Gulf moisture moving northward here, giving us a dew point of 62 degrees as we look live back southeastward from atop Rivers Hall toward the Wilson Dam area, 69 degrees. With the southwest wind currently at 2 miles per hour, overcast skies, a few breaks in the clouds today with a little bit of sunshine, but not too much sun out there. Live Viper radar across the area is fairly quiet. Not really too much going on. There's a stark frontal boundary across the area, though. Not everybody is warm in the upper 60s and lower 70s. We have our frontal boundary here roughly near the Natchez Trace Parkway as it stands in southern middle Tennessee. We're 59 in Columbia, 57 in Hohenwald, 60 in Waynesboro, 59 in Savannah. You work southeast of that line, though, into places like Lawrenceburg and Pulaski at 68, at 69 down into the Shoals over to Athens, 72 right now in Moulton. So we have our sharp frontal boundary that's waffled south into southern middle Tennessee, and then it will come back northward tomorrow. Now, the overall drawing here of the frontal boundary, it's not that far south. That's done to match the long-range computer modeling that's done by our vendor. You saw where the temperatures lined up, so frontal boundary is closer to just north of Lawrenceburg. That will move back northward with southerly winds tomorrow, giving us temperatures into the upper 60s and lower 70s. And as the disturbance moves through the flow, we're going to have to watch out for maybe a few strong thunderstorms in 2 different rounds, starting as early as the midday and afternoon tomorrow, and then possibly extending into the overnight as well. It's a very low threat, not expecting a big severe storm outbreak or anything like that. Tornado threat's not high or anything, but here's the breakdown. There are 2 rounds that we're watching. The first starts possibly as early as the midday tomorrow, lasting into the afternoon and the early evening rounds. It will mainly focus over northeast Mississippi, North Alabama, and far southern Tennessee. Scattered showers and thunderstorms develop here, moving eastward as they do. And because of the instability we will have tomorrow and some slight wind shear, there will be the possibility of 1 or 2 of the storms producing some gusty winds over 40 miles per hour. Tornado risk is very, very low tomorrow afternoon, but it's not completely zero. So we're going to have to be aware. Just don't be worried or panic or anything like that. We have threats just like this several times every single year. We get through them just fine. Just have your safety plan in place. Be aware of what's going on and listen out for warnings. And if we get a stray warning, we'll be right here to cover it live. I don't expect the threat to be high enough for even a severe thunderstorm watch or tornado watch tomorrow. Now, as we get into the overnight hours, things shift a little bit northward as a secondary disturbance rides closer to the actual front itself to the north. This will be overnight into the pre-dawn hours. This one is a little more questionable because we're not even completely certain that storms will form altogether. They're kind of back and forth in the models with that, but the instability tomorrow night will be based at the surface, at the ground, for the updrafts to tap into instead of elevated a few thousand feet above the ground. That means that if a storm can form, and also the wind shear is a little stronger tomorrow night because the low-level winds ramp up after dark in most cases. If a storm can sustain itself overnight, a 40 to 60 mile per hour wind gust and maybe a tornado would be possible in these yellow areas over middle Tennessee. But it's really, really questionable whether a storm can sustain itself long enough to even become severe into tomorrow night. Both regimes, it's a very low end and uncertain threat. It's nothing to panic over or anything. We'll just have to be on guard as a just in case type of situation headed into tomorrow and tomorrow night. We'll start the Futurecast off with tonight showing cloudy skies across the area. You can see it doing reasonably well with the drawing in of the frontal boundary. It's a few miles south of where it is, but that's just give or take. We're going to stay into the 50s for the most part overnight. Down where you're near 70 this afternoon and the clouds hanging tough, you may stay closer to 60 for an overnight low. Where you've been into the 50s today, you may be closer to the lower 50s. So there will be a large spread in the temperatures overnight. Scattered light showers developing into the overnight hours in the early morning of Wednesday. Mostly cloudy for Wednesday, but a little bit of sunshine getting us to warm up. And I do think that boundary lifts back farther north than what the model's showing here. So I expect most of the area to get into the mid to upper 60s to lower 70s tomorrow. As we head to the midday and the afternoon, that's when we'll watch for these scattered showers and thunderstorms to develop out of northeast Mississippi and then across North Alabama and far southern Tennessee. Again, one or two of these could be strong, but the overall severe weather risk is on the lower side of things. Those start shifting east of our area towards 6, 7, 8 o'clock. And then we'll watch the overnight farther to the north, especially after midnight, closer to the boundary, closer to the jet stream. There's a chance of a few scattered strong thunderstorms developing over Middle Tennessee. And should they develop, again, one or two could be strong. The main risk of it might stay off to the north of our area, but the ingredients are favorable as far south as our Highway 64 counties in southern Tennessee. Overnight tomorrow night, we'll have to watch as a just in case. Just don't think it's a guarantee of severe storms because it's not. We'll just have to watch as a just in case. Warm front lifts north. We have a few more scattered storms Thursday. I don't think these are going to be strong because the jet stream energy lifts on out of here. They'll be losing their dynamics, even though it's going to be warm and humid with temperatures up into the 70s. That front pushes into the area and stalls near us Friday. And then it goes back north Saturday as a warm front again, setting us up for some late day and overnight showers and thunderstorms there. Not really expecting those to be severe either. So depending on where you are tomorrow across the area, upper 60s to lower 70s, a couple degrees warmer here for Thursday. The front waffles back south on Friday, getting us into the 60s. Comes back north Saturday, getting us into the 70s, and then a stronger push of the front coming south starting Sunday. I think those 60s are in the morning with falling temperatures through the day, and we're into the mid to upper 40s for daytime highs as we get into early next week. So there are big changes in the extended forecast. Mostly cloudy skies tonight, a few isolated showers possible after midnight, low to mid 50s north of Highway 64 in southern Middle Tennessee, mid to upper 50s, Highway 64 and south in southern Tennessee, northwest Alabama and northeast Mississippi, upper 50s to near 60 here with mostly cloudy skies and a few showers developing after midnight. 7-day forecast looks like this. Starting tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, getting up to the upper 60s and lower 70s. Again, we'll watch two periods for an isolated strong storm or two. Midday to early evening tomorrow over North Alabama, far southern Tennessee, and then overnight tomorrow night into the early morning hours of Thursday, mainly over Middle Tennessee. A few more scattered strong not as strong thunderstorms on Thursday. Should correct myself there. Partly cloudy to mostly cloudy on Friday. We're a little bit cooler as the boundary works south of the area. Comes back north Saturday as a warm front scattered thunder showers late Saturday afternoon, especially Saturday night into Sunday morning. Not expecting those to be severe, however, and then turning colder as we head into early next week, and some signals for maybe a decent heavy rain event going into next week as well. There's your latest 7-day forecast. I'll be back at 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock with another check of your local weather.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.